Subscribe, you already had lunch and now you feel like you want to take a power snooze, but that's okay. I'm going to give you some verbal espresso to get going with it. Okay, so a couple serious, at least one serious note for me too. I just recently joined this group. I hope you guys support it. It's Mothers Against Consulting and Driving. Mothers Against Consulting and Driving. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tired of watching the daily show. Consultants on there driving. Of course, it's a joke, right? But you're watching these people just doing some really verbal diarrhea and going on with it too. But I'm going to start joining them too. But as I said before, as long as they're giving good content, it's kind of a fun type of thing to kind of watch them drive and not hit anybody while they're trying to consult. Okay. So what I want to do today is give you a method of being able to have an established rapport with schools or with any other business or anything else. I'm going to give you the 6 Ds of success. And what I want you to be able to do with this too is be able to use it if the Rotary asks you, right? Or any other companies might ask you to come in and speak for them. What are you going to speak with? So quickly, I just wanted to go through it. Then, if anybody has questions on life skills, because I saw some people that really want to get me to stop working my life skills magic with you guys again. We'll stop working on that too. But the 6 Ds of success, I'm going to be playing with this and working with this, and we'll give you kind of a way to be able to do this. Okay? And again, this is so that you have some sort of motivational thing. Right? My daughter just asked me, well, how can we get into schools and sent out the letters and they did all this? Well, let's approach this a little differently. Instead of just saying, I'm going to come in and teach the punching and the kicking and everything else that we learn how to do, because that's sometimes what the schools think we're doing. We start showing about respect, discipline, and so on and so forth. But even if that doesn't work, I said, honey, let's do something different. Just, announce that we can do a cultural day for them. Right? If they're doing any cultural day or any kind of method that way, we can come in and do a little motivational thing for the like the auditorium and the kids. And in between all these, have your demo team demoing. So after they're sitting there and they've heard about dreams and how important it is, demo team comes up and performs. After they hear about direction, the demo team comes up and performs. Right? And so on and so forth. That this way now it's kind of exciting for them to be able to hear your message. Okay? This is a real kind of cool way to stay in the schools and keep that way, versus them just thinking we can come in and talk about everything that we normally talk about, which we should be. Right? I'm just looking for different ways to get into the schools, right? Culture. Everybody here has culture, right? A friend of mine learned how to do the lion dance, right? Even though it was a Japanese school, he went out to learn how to do the lion dance. Well, that opened up doors, because on all the Chinese and the New Years that they have, the different New Year's and celebrations that they have, they're looking for the lion dance, they're looking for the tiger dance, they're looking for all these different things that you can do that is just not the punching and kicking, but that's your step in the door. So quickly, let's start going through them. Number 1 is dreams. Dreams are your goals. So you got a piece of paper right now, put a line down the center of it. Okay? Your goals are here. Your wishes are here. I hope you know how to. Sorry, I had shoulder surgery, so me trying to reach this high right now is really kind of hard. So goals on one side of the list, wishes on the other side of the list. And every time, you can do this any way you want to do it, but every time I complete a goal, I take a wish and put it into the slot. So every time you knock off a goal, take one of your wishes and slide it to the next one. Right? And don't be afraid to have crazy goals, right? That's what they always tell you, right? Everybody knows the phrase BHAG. Big, hairy, audacious goals. Right? Goals that if you hit them, it would scare you. Right? So these are called BHAGs. Make your goals so big, especially in this world, that it would scare you if you hit them. Right? And that's what we should be trying to do. So take some time right now quickly, because we don't have a lot of time and you don't want to start talking. They're not going to make you sit for a long time. But put down 10 of your goals and 10 of your wishes. Just do it. You're not going to share it with anybody. It's just for your own edification, so you can practice, what you preach. 10 goals. Okay. Oh, you're not done yet? Oh, sorry. And your answer is? And then on the other side of the paper, I need 10 of your wishes. 10 of anything that's just really crazy. You know, I want to go see the pyramids, and you know, I want to kill a great white shark. Kill a great white shark. Awesome. I mean hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay. No guys know nothing. Listen, it's mono versus mono on this one, baby. Mono versus shotgun on this one. All right. So that's what I want us to do. So now you get 10 wishes, you get 10 goals. Now you'll be able to, every time you knock down one of those dreams, goals, right? Everybody knows that a goal is just a dream, or a wish is just a dream, but a goal is just a dream with a timeline, right? So that's a goal, and you wish. Every time you knock off a goal, flip one over. Next, direction. Are your goals taking you in the right direction? Are you moving to your purpose? Do I know you have a purpose? Yes, I do. How do I know that with conviction? This is not another one of you on the face of this planet. I think all humans are different than every other species. We have domain of all species. We're different than all species. We are not this homogeneous mass of things. Each one of you are an endangered species. There's not another one of you on the face of this planet. Not one. I know you have a purpose. If God didn't want you to have a purpose, it would have been very simple. Would have made 20,000 of you. And I don't see 20,000 of you in this one. I see one of you. You all have a purpose. Now, our goal as martial artists is to try to help you develop that purpose. It is to take everything that is on those colored glasses. You know, every time you have glasses, and every bad thing somebody says about you is another layer of crap that's put on those glasses. And our job as martial arts instructors is clean that goddamn layer of shit off your glasses so that you can start to see yourself clearly. You have a purpose. And by the way, when I end a talk, I usually don't do that in schools. I don't usually swear that much. Okay? But when I'm talking to kids like this, and if I'm ending any school talk, I usually end with this idea that they're an endangered species. And I ask them, what do you do with endangered species? They say, well, we protect them. I said, well, okay. So that means you don't yell at it, you don't tell it it's ugly, you don't tell it it's this, you don't tell it it's that. You sit there and you kick it, you beat it, you punch it, you make fun of it. Is that what you guys do with an endangered species? They go, no, we protect it. Well, let me give you a little clue. The kid to your left of you, the kid to the right of you, they're an endangered species. You just said you protect them. Why are you bullying them? Why are you picking on this kid? Why are you picking on you? You're an endangered species. You already just said to me, you protect endangered species. Why are you protecting them? That's right. So that's how I usually end the school talk. You all have purpose, you all have value, you have worth, you have, and by the way, I was just talking to my friend, Mr. Williams, and I said, listen, let me tell you, I said, as we get older, I can say a lot of different things to people that other people can't say, right? I'll tell you one of them. I tell the parents, I could care less about your child's self-esteem. I could care less. And it sounds harsh, but I do care for your child's self-worth. We do it backwards in this country. We try to raise their self-esteem, 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 self-esteem. What do we end up? We end up now with this beautiful, hollow, chocolate Easter bunny that looks really good on the shelf. It's got all this gold wrapping all over it. Everything looks really good. And the minute you put a little bit of pressure on it, it breaks. It crumbles. And that's how we're raising our children. It's not me. I want a child that has good self-worth. I want that chocolate Easter bunny that you take a bite out and you chip your teeth. All right? It doesn't break. You try to slam it onto the table breaks. Right? That's a kid that has worth. If that kid has good self-worth, they have good self-esteem. I said, but we just do it a little bit backwards. Right? But in my school, we worry about your self-worth first. How much are you worth? Everybody know how much you're worth? Come on, you know how much you're worth, right? Say it, 98 cents. Minerally, you're worth 98 cents. Your body is 70% water, correct? Your brain is 80% water. The last time I checked, that's H2O. That means 2 hydrogen atoms with every 1 oxygen. If I take 1 hydrogen atom and I split it, I can power the city for 2 weeks. You have 70% of your body's made of that. Now how much are you worth? I said, you're not worthless, you're priceless. You're not worth millions. You're priceless. To your teachers, you're priceless. To your parents, you're priceless. Not worthless. How much are you worth? How many of you are small school owners, right? Raise your hand. Small business, put your hands down. You're not anymore. All right? I certified you now as all great businesses. Why talk down about ourselves? That might be the fact. Can we understand the difference between facts and truth? It might be the fact that we are a small business, but we're working ourselves to a big business. Understand that today, we might be looking, some of us might be looking, some of us might be watching on video, somebody's saying to themselves, I am a small business, my bank account is nothing. Well, that might be the fact, but it ain't the truth. The truth is you're working towards something. You're working towards the greatness that you want. You're working towards the riches you want. That's the truth. You're working on becoming the type of person that deserves that worth. That's the truth. Fact is, you might be broke today. You might be living under a bridge today. But oh my God, we're in America. You can pick up the book, Think and Grow Rich. We can pick up the books, The Science of Getting Rich. Just maybe one of those things will change our lives. So understand the difference between fact and truth. Stop talking down about yourself. Next, desire. Do you want it? Do you want it? Yes or no? Do you want it?
Yes, sir.
Do you want it? Are you a martial artist? Are you still sitting down and not wanting it? Get on up. Get up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Do you want it or you don't want it?
Yes, sir.
Do you want it or you don't want it?
Yes, sir.
You want it.
Yes,
How badly? Now, give me the why. Why do you want it? We keep on breaking down that why far enough and far enough, far enough. You know what we're going to find out? Because it feels good. It makes us feel good. Every why that you have. I see it right over here. Love your family. Work super hard. Live your passion. Thank you, Gary Vee. Well, I'm doing it because I love my family. It makes me feel good when they're supported. It makes me feel good to know that they're supported. If something happens to me tomorrow, I know that they're going to be all right. So how hard do you want it? How bad do you want something? That's what this is, burning desire. We don't want to talk about raging desire. We want this to burn. We want hunger in your belly. We want hunger in you. That's it. I hate when kids tell me they're starving. I said, if you haven't eaten in 3 weeks, you're starving. If you missed a meal, you're hungry. Okay? I hate when somebody says, oh, it's horrible outside. It's not horrible outside, it's raining. It's not horrible, it's raining. It'd be horrible if it's dropping bombs on your head. Now it's horrible. It's raining, it's snowing. It's cold out here. You live in friggin' Maine. It's supposed to be cold. Where do you think you came to? This is not Miami, this is Portland, Maine. So, have a burning desire. Burning desire. Be hungry. I encourage all my kids to miss a meal. Miss one. Know what it feels like to go to bed hungry. I said this the last time. Know what it feels like to go to bed hungry because I did. I know what it feels like to sleep with my socks on because it's so freaking cold. So I know what that feels like. I know what it's like to sit in a 3-room flat. We were on the first floor and the hole's so big into the bathroom. right? You can see down to the basement. I know what that's like. I know what that green mold is that's sitting, that's cascading from the toilet upstairs, right? Beautiful green mold that was coming down from that. But I want that for my children, right? I get that hunger. I want you to feel that hunger. Isn't that a song playing right now? Hunger? Oh, no, thunder. I'm sorry. I put hunger. So listen, just so you know, I do like to listen to rap. My bad things. But some rap is C rap. Okay, it's just not there. Put the words together. C rap. Oh, crap. Okay, good. All right. So going back to desire, it's a burning purpose. You better have it. You want what you want. You better work harder than everybody else. Right? Like Mr. Metzger said, what if you knew that Frank Silverman and Mr. Metzger are going to open a school next to you tomorrow? Right? Now, you should be trying to superset yourself too, right? So in other words, you know what you don't want, so you automatically know what you do want. Right? You know what's burning at you, but you also see the goals that you have. Supercharge your success. Don't just sit there and have success. Don't have it just one way. Have it both. Be motivated for your goals, but know where you came from. You don't want to go back. Have both working for you. Right? There are two types of kids, right? You can tell one kid, hey, that stove is hot. The other kid's going to sit there and needs to smell burning flesh. Right? Some kids need to know what they're going to get away from. Listen, it's biblical. Right? This is why they established it this way. It's very simple. There's a heaven, there's a hell. There's some people who work very hard for heaven. Some people don't want to burn. Right? And they'll work. They'll work. Because I don't want to burn. But what if we combine them? Use both. Use both to your advantage. Use both to your advantage. The next, discipline. And not just discipline too, also think about making healthy habits for yourself so that you're in the habit of doing things. Right? Read the books that you need to read. I'm a horrible reader. You've heard me say this too if you were in my class just recently. I'm a horrible reader. I read it to the kids. I'm a horrible reader. I'm jealous of kids that can read 100 pages a night and I can barely get 10, but I force myself to do it every day. Because if I don't, guess what? I can't read. I can't read. It's too hard. So I have to force myself to read every day. I said, just because I don't want to do it, I can't do it, doesn't relieve me of the obligation to do it. Hopefully you trick your kids, when they're starting their forms and they forget the courtesy bow. Don't we forget to remind them, please remind them, that whether I say to bow or whether I didn't say to bow does not relieve you of the obligation of doing it. Just because your parents don't tell you to make your bed does not relieve you of the obligation of doing it. When your parents don't tell you to get your homework done, does not relieve you of the obligation to do it. There's your mental benefit. That's your life skill. Right? That's your life skill you teach in your classes. And this is just from them not bowing. It does not relieve them of the obligation. It does not relieve me of the obligation. It does not relieve me of the obligation just because somebody doesn't tell us. So discipline. Kids, I tell them what? If you were in my last class, you knew what discipline was. Discipline is doing the right thing when the right thing needs to be done. Discipline is doing the right thing when the right thing needs to be done. Now, here's the adult version. Doing within when you're without. Doing within when you're without. Without your parents to tell you to do it, you do it. It's intrinsic motivation. You do it. Why? It's good for you. Right? It's just good for you. Intrinsic motivation. It's good for you. You don't do it because of anything else. It's the type of people you're becoming. That's why you do it. You want $1 million, you gotta be a person that can be $1 million. And there's this thing called the law of attraction. I gotta bring this up quickly too. This is one of those top of my mind. I go schizophrenic on certain things, right? This is a thing called the law of attraction, right? You attract in the world what you want, right? You put it out there. So people always say, well, it doesn't work, right? I said, well, what doesn't work? They said, well, geez, I know win the lottery. Maybe that's not your goddamn purpose. All right? Jesus. Right? People that hit the lottery, they're broke within 6 years. Maybe that's not your purpose. Oh. That's why I didn't win the lottery? Yes. Play if you want, or play responsibly. Okay? But it wasn't your purpose in the beginning to do it that way. They didn't want you to have an easy way out. God maybe wanted you to struggle a little bit. Because every time you struggle a little bit, you're increasing your self-worth. Every time your kids are doing an obstacle course and they're climbing over things, they're increasing their self-worth. They're increasing their self-esteem. They're increasing their ability to overcome later. They're more confident now. So discipline, doing within when you're without. Without people telling you to do it. Because that's just the type of people you are. Right? You're super motivated. You're highly motivated. This is the one that really trips people up. Deserving. If there's one thing that holds us back in this world is we don't believe we deserve. Right? Gary Vee always yells at you. Right? Gary Vee, if you're ever watching him, he's starting to go, mother, I can't say that as loud as I usually say it. Okay? But he's telling us, whatever it might have been that makes you believe that you don't deserve, get rid of it. The past is the past. Let it drive you, let it burn you, let that scars burn you. Let them hurt. But don't let them chain you. Right? Don't let them chain you down. Because your parents didn't believe in you. Too bad. Don't let them hold you down. Motivate you. Do you deserve? Do you deserve it? Of course you deserve it. Right? Even the basic tree deserves. Basic plant deserves. So think about deserving. What's holding you back? Well, my friends. Hey, it held me back. Being a traditional karate guy, I couldn't wear a uniform. Now, this is back in the early 90s, 89, 90. Do you know how much shit I got from my traditional friends about incorporating a red uniform? Way before anybody bought a red uniform in. Oh, you sellout. Right? Yeah, he knows.
Are your schools still open?
I have no idea. But I'm still here. But this is what I said. Way before anybody else was doing red uniforms. Now I see everything. And my instructor and I have a deal. My instructor's traditional, old school guy. He got the Bullbook catalog, and Bullbook had all the crazy uniforms, right? And he's going on and on about that, and I go, so okay. I wear all those uniforms. And he just starts laughing. He says, I could care less what uniform you wear, as long as when I come up it's white. I said, okay. Right? As long as it's white, he's happy. Doesn't hold him back. Right? But again, what's holding you back? Because somebody friends have said something to you. What's holding you back? They say, Gary Vee says, get rid of it. Dump it. Get rid of it. Why is it holding you back? What's that lashing that's holding you back? You have to figure it out. Give me your why. Why is it holding you back? Tomorrow when you get back, or Monday when you get back, and you start to go through these things, well, I can't do this. I don't deserve it. You're 1 in a million, 2 million, 20, how many people on the face of this planet? There's not another one on the face of this planet. Was there 6 billion people on the planet? 7 billion. My God. Okay, 7 billion people on the planet. You're 1 out of 7 billion. Listen, you got a better chance of winning the lottery than getting born in this country. I think you deserve it. You know that. I think you deserve it. All right, and the last one, number 6, dimension. You've got to start creating other champions around you. All right? We don't want just champions and just to make big tournament trophies, which is awesome. I want champions for life, in life. Champions in life, for life. That's why I developed my kids from. I want to develop black belts from the inside out. Hey, it's easy back in 1972 when I started karate. All right? 1972. All right, so 1972 I started karate. How many kid programs do you think they had back in 1972? 0. Teens program. Yeah. You just had one program. You had an adult program. That was it. You had to go in an adult program. Right? That was all it is. And it was brutal. It was supposed to be brutal. It was to eliminate the weak, not keep the weak. It was eliminate the weak, keep the strong. If you made it to your black belt, good. If you didn't, too friggin' bad. You didn't deserve it in the first place. Right? That's how it was done in the old days. The only problem is, every kid that got out of that program was a kid that we needed to keep. So you guys and gals who might still be using shanais on your kids' legs because you think it's good. Listen, I don't do push-ups in my school for punishment. Why in God's name, if I'm trying to teach a kid how to be healthy, I'm trying to teach them how to do push-ups, I'm trying to teach them that, why am I going to punish them with this? I want them to love doing it. So you're sitting there going, well, we're going to punish the kids. Why? Because you failed? We'll punish the kid because of push-ups. Push-ups are something for strength training. We don't do push-ups for punishment. Well, in the old days, the past is the past. It's not there. The past is an illusion. Everybody knows the past is an illusion. You cannot give me your past. Can you give me your past? Give me your past. Just throw it up here on me. You can't, because it's illusions. It didn't happen. You don't have a future. Well, you plan on one, but you don't have it. All you have is the present. You have the now. The now is gone. The now is here. The now is gone. The now is here. All you got is the now. This is all we got right now. Yes, can we try to anchor into the future? Yes, we can. Can we use the respect of the past and what we've learned from the past? Yes, we can. But the past is the past. It's an illusion. It's not there. It's gone. It left a long time ago. And so should everything that held you back in life should be gone. And again, back to dimension. Making champions around you. Making those kids around you that much better. Every kid that leaves your school, I don't care at what level that they leave your school, whether it be a white belt, a gold belt, an orange belt, and all the way through to a black belt, any kid that leaves your school should go out there thinking and thanking you that you were the only person that cared in their life. Whatever shit happened in their life, guess what? They had you. And that's what you're supposed to be. You are the superheroes. Listen, Superman ain't going to come down and save them. Batman's not going to come down and save them. Right? Justice League isn't going to save them. The Avengers are not going to save them. You are that. There's nobody else that's going to sit there and save these kids. 600,000 teens think about committing suicide every year. 5% do. It's 5% too many. They deserve better, we deserve better. Largest group of kids committing suicide now, 20, 21, 22. You know why? Those are the kids who are thinking about it. They finally had enough. They finally had to leave the world. So Dimension is trying to make every kid that's ever come through your karate school's doors just that step better. You are their Avengers. You have a superhero. You have a Justice League. You're everything you're supposed to be. Be everything you're supposed to be. I have no idea what time. Oh, cool. I got time for life skill questions. Yes, no, yes. What's a life skill? Anything that serves them in life, right? Mat chats are just part of your life skills. What if the parent's not coming in for the mat chat? Oops. Well, then you better be giving life skills throughout the whole goddamn class, right? You're incorporating every physical benefit they have. Every physical move that they do, there should be a corresponding mental benefit. I don't care what it is. They're punching, they're focusing. They're putting the hands back on the hip. Well, that is self-discipline, because all good karate people put things back where they belong. Set position represents two things, self-control and concentration. Then give them the 3 rules of concentration. Focus on the eyes, focus your mind, focus on your body, sir. Right? This stance is self-discipline. What is self-discipline? It's to spank small children. Spank big children. Spank teenagers. Parents always keep the teenager one in the cards, because there's nothing better than watching a teenager get spanked. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. Yes, it is. All right? Yes. 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 So, again, if you get a set serve, toes are touch against the touch, hands to the side, shoulders up, shoulder go back, breathe strong, but out, do not move. 15 seconds. So I usually deal with 5,000 hours self-discipline practice from now to the end of your life. So now the kids learn about self-discipline. What is self-discipline? Doing the right thing when the right thing needs to be done. Once I'm told, zero if I need to know what needs to be done. That's self-discipline. Right? And if you're in the last class, what I always ask the kids, where do you put your shoes at night? I say, are you like me? You take your shoes off, put them right in the toilet. And they laugh, they go, no. I said, well, where do you put your shoes? They go, right by the door. I said, excellent. Put it on the mat, excellent. Where do you put it? Right by, okay, excellent. You take your jacket off at night, you put it right in the freezer. Right, we're in Maine, it's cold, you gotta put it in the freezer. And they go, no. I said, well, where do you put your jacket? Well, we put it in the closet. Good. What do? You close it at night, right? Throw it up on the TV set so you can't see anything. Throw it on your laptop, throw it on your, no, we put it, okay, good. So now, I'm instilling self-discipline, I'm instilling that in every physical action that they're doing. What is respect? Treating people the way you want to be. What is courtesy? An outward sign of breathe. Aren't you teaching that? What is respect? Treating people the way we want to be treated. During my last class, you understand what? Treat people kind. Because kids that get abused, you just gave them license to abuse other kids. Well, I treat people the way I want to be treated. Well, good. All I know is about abusing other kids. Well, I know about being nice. I've been nice, nobody's been nice to me. So we gave them license. Treat people kindly. Treat people like they deserve to be treated. Now another one on the face of this planet, telling you. Punching, kicking. What's that punch for? Every punch you throw, why are you throwing it? Right? Does it have a purpose to it? Right? 2 punches. Right? Single punch. Double punch. I can. You gotta teach confidence. You teach confidence? Oh, raise your hand if you teach confidence. Because I would ask you, the first thing you do, if you've got an ad right there, it says that we teach confidence. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to ask you how. I'm going to ask you how. How are you going to teach my child confidence? This has been the most confident kids I've ever met. Right? 2 punches every time. Say, I can. What's the 2 most powerful words in the English language? So every time they punch, it's, I can. 3 most powerful words in the English language. Yes, I can. Right? Yes, I can. Right? Now give them a goal. Make it 4 punches. I can, black belt. I can, black belt. I can, black belt. I can, black belt. And now am I teaching confidence to these kids? I'm instilling confidence to these kids. I'm not just teaching, I'm instilling it. What's indomitable spirit? During my last class, you know what indomitable spirit is, right? A spirit that won't be dominated. You're choosing to live your life the way you deserve to live that life, the one you designed. Right? Is that what indomitable spirit is? So what I do with the kids? I look at the kids and say, you can't do it. I'm just playing with the kids now. Right? You can't do it. You have too much hair. Right? You can't do it. You wear glasses. You can't do it. You're a girl. And they all answer back to me. Bring it on. Yes, I see. Right? They say, bring it on, sir. Bring it on. Everybody go, bring it on, sir. Come on, Uncle Tony asked you to do it. Bring it on, sir. Okay? Bring it on, sir. And I said, anytime anybody does that, like I said, someday people are just going to rain all over your parade. It's just going to happen. They're going to tell you, you can't do it because you're too tall, you're too short, you're this, you're that, and everything else. You better have them prepared to say, bring it on. Because that's the challenge that they're going to face. Bring it on. I love that line from Star Trek. I can't remember which one. But the giant Klingon used to say, bring the fight to me. That's what the kids should be thinking. Bring it on. I said, now you might not have to say it loud, but I want in your own mind to start saying, bring it on. Prove yourself right, prove them wrong, that you can do it. Make sense? So every physical thing that you do in this corresponding life skill or mental benefits, like it's called. Questions? Answers? Give me too much. Ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I know this a bit about my home, but what do you do with kids that you don't have the ability to deal with in your class?
Okay, so we start with the kids that don't have the ability. We actually sit down. I actually just recently had this, right? I recently just grabbed one of the kids that was really unruly that's in my 5-6-year-old's class. I brought him and I said, I got to talk with you and I got to talk with your father. I said, this is your last class. This is your last class. You're going to be on a class-by-class basis. And judging by how you do today is going to be judging whether you're going to stay in this program or not. And I looked at Dad, I said, very simple. I said, Dad, just might not be right. I said, what we will do in 6 months, we'll reevaluate him. We will reevaluate. But right now, he's just not ready for the class. Too much of a disruption, right? He needs to age up a little bit. So literally, I did that, and the kid acted better, not best, but better, right? It was less of a distraction than it's ever been. But you're really going to be able to sit down and say that to them, okay? Ma'am, up back.
But if you told him that, what about his parents who probably said, but this is why I brought him to you, so that...
I looked right at the parent too. I said, and they know. They already know. So I already said to them, I said, I understand that. I said, you know, if you use a field film, no problem, we're not going to do that, right? I said, I understand that most of the time that you bring a child in for us to be able to help him, but right now, if you would like, we can do a private lesson with him until he ages into the class. So now you get a piece of revenue. Oh my God, yeah. Yes, sir.
On both sides, that's destroy themselves. They feel like they feed themselves before they can accomplish something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like because when we do a game, they do well, and then all of a sudden they
crush. Of course. And again, that's going back to the self-esteem versus self-worth. They are playing this a little bit on that, right? But what we do have to sit there and bring that up to them is bring them and relate them to something they were successful with from the past. And start to relate them. Geez, you were just doing so great. You start to build them from that part. That was a success. You had a great success earlier. Let's continue that success. Yes. You're very welcome, sir. Yes, sir.
You go over the listening postures again?
Listening posture, this one? Oh, that's good.
You showed me that one, kind of the hand behind the back.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, absolutely. Listen position number 1. Listening position number 1, hand behind the back. Listening position number 2, down here. Listening position is 3, all the way down across legged. And then you play with it, right? Listening. Here, everybody stand up. You don't have to go all the way down to kneeling position. I'll play with you. All right, let's just play just a little bit. Play with me, okay? Listen position number 1. Listen position number 2. Listen position number 3. You guys say you see, okay? And come back up. All right, here we go. Now we're going to play. Ready? Listen position number 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, 1, 3, 3, 1. Okay? So have fun with it. Play with that listening position with them, okay? That way that they're established in listening position. Play with it. It's like a sensei says. I hope you're playing sensei says. It's a great listening. Listen, when you're done with sensei says, everybody understands sensei says. Make sure that when you're doing this, sensei says, when I say look to your right, the parent should be sitting on the right-hand side. Right? And I always say, sensei says, say, my parents are always right. Okay? And they always say that. Look to your left. Well, nobody's there. Okay? Sensei says, look up. Sensei says, look down. Sensei says, look straight ahead. Sensei says, don't do the next thing I'm going to tell you to do because I'm going to get tricky. Says, don't do it. Raise your right. And then we start getting faster. Okay? So again, position the parents are always on the right-hand side of the city. Right? That way, every time you look to the right, I always say what? Sensei says, say it. My parents are always right. They don't get it, but the parents do. Right? Kind of fun things to do with the kids. Play with it. That's a good game, right? It's a listening skills game. But on the other part too, and I go, how many of you kids want to play the home version? Their hands go up. I just set them up. They don't even know it. Right? Their hands go up and they go, good. Next time your parents will tell you to do it the first time, you do it. Not the 20th, not the 100th time, you do it the first time. And they go, oh, okay. That's the listening version, okay? Any more? How are we doing for time? Good. 10, 20.
5-minute break, then Mr. Beard is up for the last session of the day. So stretch it out 5 minutes. Then
good, everybody stand up. Stand up, your martial artists, aren't you? Courtesy bow. Ready? Close. A. Say A. A. Do it with me. A. B. B. See ya.